Hello, everybody. Let's see. I want to start first and foremost by apologizing to whoever I offended on my murder-suicide video about Ellenville. I did not mean it as the way. I had a couple people that really laid into me on Facebook. I had a lot of people that gave me thumbs up on YouTube and Facebook and said, thanks, job well done, well said, Marcus. And the point of my whole video was not to selfishly promote my restaurant at all. I spoke to the media for a solid half an hour, the one news crew, and the other news crew is for a few minutes. I spoke to I wanted to speak to the media because I wanted to shed a positive light on Ellenville. As a business owner here for 15 years, when I first opened 15 years ago, people wouldn't come to Ellenville for the first 5 years. I struggled here. I mean, I should have filed bankruptcy after my first year, my second year. I'd go to Middletown or Newburgh or New Paltz or Kingston, the Chamber of Commerce mixers. I'd hand out business cards, come to Ellenville, and people would look at me and say, I'm afraid to park my car. True stories, folks. I'm afraid to park my car in Ellenville. Ellenville's a sketchy place. Ellenville's not a place you go. And I was a lone wolf as far as restaurants here. I was the very first one. I was here for 3-4 years by myself before any other restaurant opened here in Ellenville. Down here in the village of like a full-service restaurant. Not talking about a pizza restaurant or a Chinese restaurant, but a full-service restaurant. I was the only person. So, I went on the media and I made some statements about, yes, it's very tragic, and I'm deeply saddened by what happened. It's a terrible event that happens to any kind of community, and so I wasn't downplaying. A lot of people are suffering. We all knew who he was. He did work for me. He was a nice guy. It's terrible what happened. But the point I wanted to make was that this was not a random case. This was not somebody with a gun walking around on the streets just shooting people. This was somebody, it was premeditated. It was something that was thought out. It was something that happened within 20-30 seconds flat, according to the video surveillance. I don't think words were exchanged in this whole thing. It was something that he knew what he was doing and how he was going down. And there's lots of rumors flying around town now that this has happened. And so the people that are out there talking about rumors, is that without justifying anything or having truth, what are those people supposed to be doing? Are those people supposed to be criticized as well? All basically my video was about was Ellenville's a great place. Ellenville's a wonderful place. We're a strong community, and something like this should not deter people from coming to Ellenville. As I was in the parking lot at Aroma Time, at the municipal parking lot, because the detour, cars couldn't get through on the corner where the cable company was in the church, so they were coming through the parking lot. I had an ex-cop from the Bronx stop me and started talking to me. I was talking to as many people as I could because they were asking me which ways they have to go and this and that. And he goes, man, Ellenville's a sketchy place. He goes, this is as bad as Newburgh. And this is bad. He goes, and then he goes, I'm from the Bronx, and I was a cop from Bronx. He goes, this is bad like the Bronx. I'm starting laughing. I'm like, no, it's not. But all he sees is 20 cop cars, 25 cop cars. Early in the morning, they had the helicopter going around. So this is what this guy sees coming. He lives in Warwick. He had a kid in the car with him, too. He had like a 3-4-year-old kid in the car. He's like, this is a bad place, man. I'm like, no, it's not a bad place. A couple of my delivery drivers came in during all this, and they're like, man, these streets are, one guy was, these streets are dangerous. It's really sketchy, and he's telling me about how sketchy it is. And I'm like, man, no, Ellenville's not a sketchy place. I grew up here. I raised kids here. My kids go to school here. I was standing up for our community. I was standing up for our community as a whole. And again, my condolences. This is a tragic event. I don't want to downplay that whatsoever. But what I wanted to really say was that because I'm not sure if anybody else was going to say my perspective. And I wanted just to say, hey man, don't let this stop people from coming to Ellenville. We have great restaurants. I said great restaurants plural. I was never promoting my own restaurant. I was promoting the theater. I was promoting all the business here. I was promoting the Sam's Point, Minnewaska. We have great trails, three blocks away from here. World class hiking might have been my exact quote. So this is Ellenville's a wonderful place. And for such a tragic event to happen, I don't want people to think that it's unsafe to come to Ellenville, because it's not unsafe here. A lot of the locals know that. We laugh when other people say it's unsafe. We just laugh and say, oh my gosh, I grew up my whole life here. There's nothing unsafe about Ellenville at all. Even though some of the locals do make some jokes, everybody generally feels safe here in Ellenville. Our police force is fantastic. They do a wonderful job. I mean, it's just a very dedicated police force. So my point was just again, hey, come to Ellenville. Ellenville's alive. It's a vibrant place. This kind of tragedy, this kind of occurrence should not stop people from coming to Ellenville. You know, I don't wish something like this on any community, on any family, anywhere. But the reality is, things like this do happen. They happen all over the place. And for Ellenville, a lot of you may know, Ellenville has gotten a bad rap with certain publications throughout the Hudson Valley over the years. And every time an article comes out in these publications, they're like, well, they never have anything positive to say about Ellenville. So I wanted to be that person there saying something positive about Ellenville. I wanted to be there saying, you know, that Ellenville's my home. Ellenville's where my business is. Ellenville is where I raised my kids. Ellenville's somewhere I'm proud of. And please don't stop coming to Ellenville. Don't think twice about coming to Ellenville. It's a great place. That's all I was saying, folks. I was never trying to promote my own business. I was trying to raise the tide of all of Ellenville. High tide raises all the ships. And the more the more prosperous all the businesses are, the more prosperous everybody is in town. It raises all the ships. High tide raises all ships. And that's all I was doing, folks. I was just trying to say, Ellenville's a beautiful place. And I know I'm going to have haters out there. That I know people are going to watch this video and still hate me. But, you know, if half of America hates you, I guess you can still be president, right? So haters come with the territory. I mean, people have hated me since day one. When I opened in Ellenville, people took bets on how long I would stay open. There's people that won't step foot in my business because they hate me, that they have a grudge against me, or there's something somewhere along the line and this and that. You know, all I'm doing here is standing up for Ellenville, folks. That's all I'm doing, is standing up for Ellenville. And that's it. Thanks for watching.